Hello and welcome to the 50-cent tour of Thursday, March 21st, 2013. Happy spring. I guess that was actually yesterday and we missed it. Please, well, we didn't miss spring. I missed saying happy spring. Please find a seat on the Liberty bus and we will begin our tour. Rosa Choir was on Alex Jones yesterday, and she said that a group of people in the San Francisco Bay Area are going to file a lawsuit against ABAG, which is awesome news. I could not find anything to document that. I'm not sure they've officially announced that yesterday, though. I think maybe Rosa let that slip yesterday. But as I was doing my search, I came across this. It just so happens that I was at this meeting, and it was a little over a year ago. Brought back kind of a fun memory. The videos are kind of fun to watch, just for entertainment value. I introduced this. I also have this here kind of for entertainment value. Call this news of the weird, if you will. They are saying here that this isn't really verified. We are working on a major story. Stay tuned. But Dianne Feinstein appears to have been more directly involved in the murders of Mayor George Moscone and City Commissioner Harvey Milk than ever alleged. As I said, entertainment value. It has not been validated, but there it is. Now, if you want some information about how the Illuminati functions that has been verified, listen to Fritz Springmeier. Now, this radio interview, due to technical issues last night, many were unable to listen to most of the show, so we are posting the show free for all to listen for 24 hours. I'm not sure how much of that 24 hours is remaining. There may not be a whole lot of time left to listen to this broadcast, but Fritz posted on Facebook yesterday. It sounded pretty mysterious about how this broadcast failed. Very unusual circumstances. So, might be interesting to listen. I haven't had a chance yet. I just found this when I was putting together the tour. So, I do intend to listen to it. Here's another bit of news of the weird. And I read this article. I'm not sure if I'm going to press on and read the other 6. It's a bit, the other 5, I should say. Some of this sounds speculative as well. Even the Vatican project stated that the authors are really, the publishers of the Vatican project are really not sure. Take nothing as the absolute truth, since we are all on a search for that absolute truth. Interesting though. If you like to dig into things and you're looking for something to dig into, perhaps you will enjoy this, and that is why I provided the link. Upcoming technology would let citizens buy drone countermeasures that interfere with drone missions. They do not, according to this article, the technology does not bring down drones, does not interfere with their navigation system, and it's no good against combat drones, but it somehow prevents, it's some kind of a black box that prevents drones from monitoring. So that's interesting, something interesting to keep in mind. Zero Hedge, Thursday 7. The markets are down somewhat this morning. I only looked at a weekly chart. I haven't really gotten into any of the technicals, but I noticed after the run the markets have had, and with some of the world financial circumstances, it's pretty remarkable that there hasn't been a downturn yet. But these are 7 issues that Zero Hedge believes are significantly affecting or set to affect the markets. So, why is the world economy doomed? The global financial pyramid scheme by the numbers. I guess we all kind of know, we all kind of have an understanding of this. Struggling Cyprus could look to Iceland as example for recovery. Iceland, of course, arrested the bankers, got rid of the bankers, had a tremendous degree of reform, and basically took their country back from the bankers. So that would be an interesting turn of events if Cyprus could mention something like that. There is a whole issue of kind of what's going on there is a financial battle between more or less two mafia factions, the bankers and a different level of money launderers. Of course, the bankers themselves are money launderers, but they don't want anyone else to succeed in crime. They want to be the only ones who can succeed in crime, so they're trying to take the other money launderers' money away. Here's another possible story that explains some of what's going on. Real RV intel, not BS. Some people believe there is going to be a global financial reset that is not the evil New World Order, but that is an effort to reform the global financial system to allow merit, a meritocracy, merit-based income, merit-based financial reward, and some kind of a sound foundation, not necessarily gold, but a currency that is tied to, or many, this doesn't require everybody to have one currency, but currencies that are tied to real assets, even intellectual property, things like that, that truly represent the value of a country's currency. Some people believe this is going to happen soon, and things like Cyprus might be a reasonable cover for that to begin to happen. I really am not sure what's going to happen. Can't see around corners. Here is a more personal issue, dealing with rejection from your family of origin. And this person suggests that if you grew up in a dysfunctional family, you step outside and start your own family that is not dysfunctional. In these unfamily units with impossible issues, time spent together is like hanging out in emotional hell. If you come from such a family, the best thing to do is have little contact with them and invest yourself heavily in creating a very different kind of family that is capable of being close to you and to whom you are willing to be close. Things like child abuse are typically handed down from generation to generation. In this article, there is not always hope that a dysfunctional family will heal. This is mostly because the people, everyone has a free will, and they would need to consciously engage in the process and stick with it over a period of time. People, because they have their free will, many do not want to change. So, and because we can't force others to change, we can only accept responsibility for our own lives. Certainly there are a lot of ways to heal. Joyce Meyer said, I'm not a big fan of hers, but I like this quote, hurting people hurt people. If you have been hurt, emotionally wounded, whatever, and I'm not making light of it by using the word whatever, there are ways to find healing. There are sozo ministries, there are healing ministries. Don't give up on yourself. And as I've mentioned before, emotional wounds, according to German New Medicine, can lead to physical sicknesses on a very deep level. So there's that to consider too. Doctors warn we must stop giving antibiotics to livestock. I think I have mentioned a huge percentage of antibiotics that are produced is purchased by and used by those who are raising livestock. I don't even want to dishonor farmers by using the term farmers. Factory farms, the big producers of livestock, use huge amounts of antibiotics. Antibiotics are showing up in groundwater, lakes, streams, and it's time to take another approach. We must stop giving antibiotics to livestock. I would agree with that. And our good news today also has to do with food. GM salmon rejected by Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Aldi, and other food retailers. When I buy fish, I always look for the phrase wild caught. She who will walk in the dark is glad of your company today on the tour and thanks you for participating. The dawn is coming, so hold on. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. I hope you will find it in your hearts to love one another. Take care and insist on liberty.